Hello, class. Today, I would like to go over one of the drastic changes that you may have heard about in the media, which was Facebook announcing to change their name from Facebook to Meta and also incorporate some drastic changes in their line of products. Just a brief overview of what happened with Facebook and how they grew into be the large company that they are today. They started off as a small social network in 2004 that was exclusive only to Harvard students. As the community and platform began to grow over the next 5 years, they grew exponentially, moving from not just exclusively to universities, but open to the general public. Some significant talking points that happened in 2014 was Facebook announcing to buy out the virtual reality company Oculus for $2 billion, and Facebook over the years has also bought out several other companies, such as Instagram and other social media platforms. As big as a brand of Facebook is, they face much legal action. Currently, Facebook recently announced to rebrand itself as Meta and incorporate a brand new virtual reality software called the Metaverse. Facebook would be deeming this as an innovative change going forward. I would not deem it as drastic innovation. However, it is largely a innovative change that they're trying to incorporate. Through this implementation of the metaverse, people will be able to purchase certain assets, goods, coins, be able to attend virtual events such as concerts and public speaking events, typically where people would all join in one network or server. Upon initial progress of this metaverse, the servers will typically hold upwards of hundreds of people, but over time they're hoping to allow more and more people, upwards of thousands of people in servers at a time. Facebook hopes that this incorporation of the metaverse will be equivalent to the innovation of the first mobile internet browsing when it first came out on people's smartphones and how that revolutionized the industry. They're hoping to do the same with this. Some writers are skeptic that the current hardware in place, such as the virtual reality headsets and the augmented reality screen visors and glasses, will not be sufficient for the metaverse design expectations. This is understandable going forward because much people I can experience off of firsthand are not comfortable yet with these clunky headsets that they want people to wear to experience this type of technology. So there's definitely going to be a learning curve, especially for older people. Going forward, I will explain in further detail of why this is important too. The name change of Facebook is just a rebranding of the name, hoping to make it more appealing to a younger audience. So reactive change. We can deem this change that Facebook is implementing as a reactive change due to the much litigation that they have faced in the past, such as security measures. Many people claim that Facebook lacked certain security measures that people were not uh, comfortable with. And as stated earlier, faced much prosecution, not just from consumers but also from other companies, such as in their earlier days, their current CEO was prosecuted for claiming that he stole an idea to create the whole Facebook social media itself. Overall, most would view this change as reactive one due to Facebook's decreasing popularity among young people. It's not a secret that many people aren't on Facebook as much, especially younger people and millennials and younger generations than that are not using Facebook as much as they had in the past, and it's much more appealing to older people. This was also I also researched that the generation aged 18 to 29 is the lowest population that uses Facebook out of all the US population, behind the population over 65. Obviously, this is because people who are older than 65 are not comfortable with the technology itself. So, for the future outlook of Facebook, it is difficult to say how this rebranding and product innovation will affect the company. It's largely unknown. It could go one of two ways. It could be either extremely successful or it could fail miserably. Anywhere in between. Only time will tell how successful the implementation of this metaverse will be. We have seen companies try things like this rebranding, like when Google tried to rebrand itself to the name Alphabet in 2015, and this was not successful, as we know, as because Google has remained the same name. Facebook's demographic is becoming increasingly older, so they need to do something if they wish to stay turning a profit with their younger demographic of people. Hopefully, this metaverse will be successful for them. Facebook as a company has had a tremendous run. They revolutionized how social media works, and that's something to be proud of because, you know, prior to Facebook, a lot of people weren't connected in the way that they are today. So even if they were to just go declare bankruptcy at this point, I mean, that wouldn't be the best, but they've definitely made a name for themselves over the years and they definitely have a story to tell. It is difficult to state whether or not they'll be successful from this product innovation, or it will just be another frivolous attempt to gain more money and attract users. We've seen them incorporate products that were not successful in the past throughout their social media. We'll just have to see how this one unfolds. If the rebranding of the and if the rebranding and incorporation of the metaverse does not prove to be successful, then the company should try other avenues of incorporating a desirable product to a younger demographic of users. It's going to be important going forward that they try and appeal to the younger demographic of users. I hope you guys all enjoyed my presentation and can somehow relate to this metaverse. And maybe someday we can all be on the metaverse, uh, talking with each other, studying in some sort of virtual reality setting. Thank you.